Toronto looks unbelievable defensively. I mean, they were good defensively before the bubble happened and the shutdown happened. They were one of the best teams defensively in the league. And I think they look better than they did before we shut it down. I mean, I really do. They look, and maybe it's because everybody else looks terrible on defense. And Boston at times has locked it in, and at times it's looked really terrible. That Miami game, I wanted to throw my TV out the window. There was so many bad missed opportunities defensively that they just kept blowing. I'm not sure if that's just legs or just rhythm or what, but that Toronto team, and I think the one thing I learned is this Toronto. I mean, I thought Toronto was good. Don't get me wrong. It's just, the system works, and Nick Nurse is a terrific coach, but they look like, in my opinion, and it's only 4 games in, so we still have a little ways to go. And with the Bucks, Giannis is the best player in every series. But I think Toronto has looked the best of any team in the Eastern Conference, and I don't even think it's relatively close. I think Kyle Lowry has been tremendous. OG Anunoby has stepped up for the last time we saw him, and he's had a pretty terrific year if you haven't been paying attention. Siakam's been great. Fred VanVleet is going to get a really nice contract when the season is done. They've been great, and they might not have the best player in every series, but they're going to have the best coach in every series, and that is a huge, huge, huge advantage for Toronto.
How much does that surprise you, though, without Kawhi Leonard?
I mean, I think it's probably one of the biggest surprises of the entire season that Toronto's been this good without arguably the best player in the NBA. I mean, and they've been able to figure out how to replicate not only his scoring, because his scoring obviously is a big part of what made them go last year, but his defensive prowess has shifted to some other guys, and the system just completely works. And whether they have this guy in or this guy in or this guy in, it all works. And it's all Nick Nurse. And I can't believe he didn't win Coach of the Year. I honestly cannot fathom. And I mean, Billy Donovan had a great year. Budenholzer had a great year. None of those guys did the job that Nick Nurse did. And I think that Toronto, out of all the teams in the Eastern Conference, looks the sharpest. And if you're Milwaukee especially, avoid them until the last possible minute. They look tremendous. And if you're Boston, you can't overlook any opponent, right? You're going to have Philly maybe in round 1, maybe Indiana in round 1. And look, those 2 teams are banged up, and Boston should handle those teams. But that Toronto team's lurking, and that is a scary, scary team on both ends of the floor because of their head coach. And out of all the teams we've seen, they're the most impressive. Not even close.